Hey G Squad, welcome back to an episode of Is It Worth It? So today's episode right, this cool amazing product right here in my hand is insane. Basically what it is a brand new Amazon Echo, brand new ball shaped one. And if you guys look at the size comparison between this one right here versus like the older ones, so this is the one from last year, which is right here. So the one from last year, you couldn't remove this part anymore, and then the design is on top. Whereas this one, for the ball one, the design for the light is on the bottom, which I'll show you guys in a second right there. And then if you guys go another year before that, or the previous generation from that one, you guys have this one right here, where you guys have the option on the bottom part right here to push it open, just like this, to remove it. Very cool designs, the first generation right here. And if you guys want to put it back in, just push it back in like this. Make sure it fits correctly and snap it back in place. And then that's how you guys use the first one, so you guys can see it's a pretty big upgrade. I really like the second or first generation that we have right here because of the way how you guys can remove this part right here to change like the different covers. And you guys can see like the subwoofers and everything that's in there, like the bass and everything. So before I try each one of these out and show you guys what is the difference between each one and kind of like my opinion from each one, let me show you guys what the new one looks like right here first. So when you guys open up the new one right here, this is basically what it looks like right there. So I'll show you guys how you guys need to download the app and also the cable to plug it in to activate it. So let me actually take it out and show you guys what it looks like first. Alright. So this is a brand new Amazon Echo right here. In the bottom they do provide you guys a little instruction guide to teach you guys how to use the product itself. And then on this part right here, we have the actual cable itself that it uses. And this cable is the same one that it uses from the previous year from this one right here. So if you guys don't want to take this one out, you definitely can use that one if you guys still have that old device. But that's basically everything that's in the packaging itself. Before I plug it in to show you guys how it looks like and how it performs, let me actually open up this part right here first to show you guys what it actually looks like. So this is basically what it looks like here. It's basically like a whole entire ball that feels kind of like heavy. In the top part, you can see that they have the volume controls, the plus and minus, the mute button right there, and then this activation button right here to activate it if you guys want to tell it to do something. Or like usual, you can just say, Alexa, turn on this, turn on that, and do whatever. The bottom part, you can see that they have the light right here. So instead of the top part like the previous versions, so like this one right here, the light was on top. This one is on the bottom, which is pretty cool, so it reflects and bounce off like the table. And if you guys compare this to like the really old version, it didn't have the option for you guys to screw it on. This one and the old version from last year, it has the option for you guys to screw it on to like a tripod if you guys want to use that, which is pretty cool. And if I turn to the back part right here, you guys can see that they have the cable right there. So very similar to the previous version where it has the cable to plug it in to charge it and activate it. And also it has a aux output as well. So just to show you guys the side-by-side comparison from like the last year version right here, it's pretty big difference because it went from this to a ball right here. So before I give you guys like some of my feedback about the product itself, let me actually plug this in to show you guys how it looks like versus the other ones. Alright, let's plug it in. Alright, so we have it plugged in and you can see the light pops on right there. So we're gonna let it turn on fully first and then test it out. Alright, so it's all done. So this is the first time getting like an Amazon Echo device. You guys want to follow the instruction that they provide for you guys to see how to actually pair onto the device. So now it's turned on, so let's try it out. Alexa, how are you today?
Today's Go Caroling Day, and I fa la 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 feel like singing.
So let's try out the audio now and play like a song and see how it performs. Alright, so from here the test itself, it sounds really clear and really strong bass. You definitely hear like the tweeters and the subwoofer and the bass, everything all going really well. So let me actually unplug this really quick and plug in the old one that we have right here and show you guys what that one sounds like as well. So you can get like an idea of like what is the difference and if there is like a huge difference comparing this one to the old one. Alright, so we got the old one right here. Let me plug it back in. Alright, so the light pops on right there. Let's let it fully load up first. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but for me, since I'm hearing from the backside, I feel like the bass and everything is still pretty much the same in terms of like the powerful bass and like the audio and everything is pretty good. I feel like for the new one, because of the way how they design it, there's a lot more of the audio that's going in the front side, if you guys can see. This is basically where the bass and everything is, or the audio, so it's going through like that direction. So I didn't really hear too much from like the back side from here. Whereas for this one, I think I had the same design as this one right here for like the second generation, where it has that kind of like 360 kind of audio. So when I was playing the music, I heard it from the back side and also from the front side and also everywhere as well. So for this one, it definitely get like that 360 audio on here, which is pretty awesome. Whereas the brand new one, it doesn't really get that, or at least I didn't really hear it too much from the back side. But in terms of performance, it's still pretty good. You just don't get that full 360 audio that you guys get in the older version. So let me actually plug in the last one right here just to show you guys what that one sounds like as well. Alright, so we got the last one right here. Let's try this one out as well. Plug it in. Alright, it turns on. Alright, so it's done. Alright, so after you tried out all three of them, you guys can determine which one is the best for you guys from what you guys hear. But for me, when I actually test out all three of these myself, I think there's a clear winner of all three of these of which one's the best one. It's not this one, and it's also not this one for me. For me, the winner is still the oldest one right here, which is the second generation. Like, I'm not sure if I can hear from audio test and everything, but all of them were at the same level when I played that same song. And when you guys listen to the audio, all of them are really, really good. But in terms of like the actual bass itself and overall performance, this one was still the best one. You basically get everything on here. The 360 audio, the really clear audio, the really strong bass. So I'm not sure if it's because of the way how they design like the bass, the subwoofer, and the tweeter, all of that in here. So if you guys ask me whether or not it's actually worth it to upgrade to the newest one, if you guys have like the oldest one right here, I wouldn't say it's really worth it to upgrade to the newest one if you guys still have this one. But if you guys don't have the second generation and you guys only have the third generation, whether or not it's actually worth it to upgrade to the newest one right here, it really depends on what you guys are trying to look for. But for me, if I had to choose between these two, which one I'd rather keep this one, because this one's more space saving and actually performs better overall and still has that like 360 audio on here. Versus with this one, it just has like a really cool design. Whereas this one has the brand new light option right here, it still has the tripod option right here. But you guys don't get that 360 audio on here, which kind of sucks. But like I said, for some reason the audio on here and also on here, it still couldn't beat like the quality that's on here. You basically still get everything on here in terms of the good audio, the good bass, the good like subwoofer, the overall performance is really good on here, and you still get that 360 audio on here. So pretty much to answer the question of whether or not it's actually worth it to get the brand new one, I would definitely have to say yes if you guys don't have any of the older versions. But if you guys have like the older version of the Amazon Echo devices, then I wouldn't say it's worth upgrading to the new one unless you guys want like a brand new design, because the performance of the older ones are actually better in my opinion.